All
if
right,
he
both
gets it,
runners.
obviously. We should
Both
start this
runners.
second now.
And there they go. All right, both runners obviously going to be starting in Cap Kingdom. Silly. All right, we're seeing a pretty relatively clean sync for the beginning cutscenes so far.
Yeah, they're both playing on the digital version, so should load in around. Mario should wake up around high 32 seconds. And there's not too much of a gap that can be created in Cap. The main one is going to be what strats they go for and if they get left side or not. Which I'm expecting both of them to go through what I've seen from both of them. Doggy with a slight lead, just a bit more advanced movement off the start.
The movement from both runners so far.
Been very clean, just Buster. Kind of corners a little bit more tight, which obviously is that better time. Having to go for some of the time save. Strats we call it.
You know, I feel like in this room, vectoring with the frog just seems kind of weird. Like, I get that it definitely works and saves some time, but it's so strange looking.
It is quite weird. It's just a physics quirk in the game where Mario's speed isn't capped. Well, it has a higher cap, and he moves in diagonal. That's kind of it can actually be compared to like backwards long jobs in SM64.
I can see that. I see.
DannyGeffen messing up left side, but backing it up quite well, so he's not going to lose a ton of time.
That's both racers going to be heading out of Cap Kingdom here. BusterDoggy with a couple seconds of lead, thanks to that unfortunate left side from DannyGeffen.
Yeah, both of them did different variants. Danny's is slightly faster, but some people find the vault, including myself, a little bit easier. You get a little bit more room when you make the jump. It's just a little bit slower than the triple jump, which Danny went for. Fortunately missed. During into Cascade, we're getting the first moon of the run. And after that, we'll see if any of the runners will go for DSS. Expecting not knowing the runners, but I don't know. I'm actually not too sure.
Yeah, DSS is such an interesting trick. I've seen it a few times, and it's just really interesting. They seem to like jump almost immediately when they hit the cliff. It's got to require such precise timing.
It's maybe positioning that is quite precise. There's lots of different ways you can do it, but it's just really difficult to land on the correct spot.
I think I've seen 2 people do backwards DSS, and it was kind of funny.
What's DSS?
Yeah, you do it, but you make Mario go backwards at the start. It's really silly and basically pointless.
I think I know you. Sorry, my brain.
It's all good.
Brain fart.
Alright, BusterDoggy gonna get in the Madame Brutal fight first. DannyGeffen, not too far behind though.
It's mainly that mistaken left side that's kind of costed him the time. Doggy gonna go for hard stuff, actually. Mainly just getting more coins. I'm assuming you skipped the coins people do this.
BusterDoggy with those slick down throws there. And you can tell he's playing with the double Joy-Con.
Lots of different runners use Joy-Cons, but most people stick with Pro-Con. Joy-Con does have it's the better controller in terms of like gameplay, but in like lots of people find Pro-Con easier to use. It's just it's more of a regular controller people are kind of used to. Could see more strats using Joy-Cons in the future, but down throws are just not very useful in the run. There's very few instances where it actually helps. Can only think of 2.
Yeah, it's usually it's more helpful in the dark and darker side runs for sure, or in all moves, I think.
BusterDoggy's obviously very used to it because he does a run called All Purple Coins, where lots of times you need to use the down throws to like get purple coins below you and stuff like that.
Ooh.
So
DannyGeffen gonna be going for the chest clip. Wow, wrong game.
wrong game.
And getting it. Fantastic.
Yeah, saving around a sad could save more. It just looks cooler, and he's cooler.
That is true.
But it only takes a second if you do it well, so. But obviously saving some of that time back on Buster kind of needs it at the moment, even his slight disadvantage from missing left side, but...
Yeah, both runners with a great Cascade Kingdom going to be moving on to sand here.
Runners basically just having flawless cascades. Just DannyGeffen's movement is just a little bit worse because of his higher PB, but he did make up most of it back, if not all of it back, with chest clips. So 3 even cascades going into sand, which is probably the main the first like dictator of like who's gonna be ahead or behind. Different mistakes can happen here because they're just so tech heavy and no movement. So
oh yeah, like there's definitely sometimes when you go into the town, you can get some issues with the orders of moons and whatnot. You got to be real precise to make sure you hit that bird.
One thing to note is DannyGeffen will be going for reverse town from what I saw, given his offset, which will save him around 3 seconds. It's a pretty difficult route, and lots of people don't do it because it requires you to. Oh!
Doggy missing the moon, unfortunately. Gonna be able to get it back, but it's gonna be a couple
what
seconds.
I was saying, Buster has to up the bird moon. As I was saying, it requires you to have a slightly higher offset, aka 20-second higher offset, which means you have to wait longer to start runs, and most people just don't find that efficient, so they don't do it. Danny having an unfortunate bonk, but he was able to make it work, so it's fine. DannyGeffen will have a slight lead out of here.
I just realized that DannyGeffen's profile is just Toad without his hat. I was confused by it for a second, but now I get what it is.
Still never knew. Just doesn't
Very
look like
clean
Toad. Is that like
there.
is that like the SMB free show? For like
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's.
I remember seeing that when I was younger.
DannyGeffen just pulling the seconds back, even closer to BusterDoggy than before.
So very even. Definitely saving a lot of time back. Both are making mistakes, but Buster's was larger, and DannyGeffen saved most of his time back with reverse down. So just over a second gap. So obviously, only saving the time he wanted.
Great clean movement.
Oh no!
Buster with the early dram.
And he takes the lead. Buster just loaded in too early just to get the dram, so he's gonna lose even more time now because he has to climb back up.
Ah, that icicle with the weird hitboxes, man.
Yeah, icicles have awful hitboxes in this game. Really, just like you can dive into them and sometimes just jump, which doesn't make sense because that's not a thing. But it's a thing on icicles, and DannyGeffen making that beautiful single bill. So he's gonna extend his lead even further. Once Buster's gonna have to go back and wait. Too long.
Going for reverse Jaxie here. Looking good so far.
Yeah.
Clean
That's actually gonna mean that he's not gonna save time doing reverse Jaxie because it only saves a second. Even though it looks a lot faster.
That's interesting. Yeah, reverse Jaxie is honestly a really cool.
Oh, he's not gonna
trick.
make the cycle. Oh no!
Doggy, no! The death from BusterDoggy.
Gonna respawn at the pipe and out of oh no, he's gonna spawn up. It's awful for him.
All the way back in town. Oh no!
I think if I was that's a tough call. I think if I was him, I would go for the Oasis now and go backwards. But it's a really tough call. I don't know what's faster in this situation. But that's a really bad death from him. He'll lose around 20 seconds. He's gonna have to do all jacks. And DannyGeffen has just extended his lead gigantically. See when they exit the kingdoms.
What an interesting turn of events. It's crazy.
Just about to talk about how Danny was going to miss his cycle and he'd have to get the bullet bill. And just Buster just plummeted into the void. To the void, the poison.
Well, I mean, you hit the void and then you fall into, or you hit the poison and then you fall into the void. I think that's still accurate.
Yeah, when Mario's dead, he doesn't feel anything. He just go through things. That's how the world works.
Right. Danny here now with all the moons, gonna be leading Sand Kingdom with quite the sizable lead over BusterDoggy.
Globing at 10:07. We'll see when BusterDoggy glows, but this is very bad for him. If I'm a Buster fan, I would not be too what words to use?
Thrilled.
Happy in the situation. Exiting at 10:32, pretty solid, pretty standard exit given his mistakes. Not too surprising.
Alright, and Buster globing at 10:43. That is a very large gap.
37-second lead for Danny. That's really good for him. Keep this up, even with his even though he has a worse PV, and if they both don't make any mistakes from this point, I think Danny might have it. If he can continue playing well and Buster keeps just making these mistakes, but see, Buster has a lot going for him. You know, he has the better PV. He can definitely gain a lot of the time back and just more risky movement that he can go for. He's more confident with.
Right, Buster now gonna be heading into Lake Kingdom. Danny already up here, getting his second moon.
Yeah, we'll see if Lake Club goes well for him. There's some things that can happen with Lake Club, but that's a beautiful setup from Danny. That's fantastic adjustment. That was actually really impressive.
Very nice movement.
A lot of people wouldn't be able to do that. It also a really good adjustment from him. He was able to like hit the controls like the perfect amount to get through without even sending up the second gap. But that was great. Not letting BusterDoggy inch closer to him, so he can obviously get a first cap for it. Which is pretty difficult, but you can obviously do it.
Buster setting up for the clip
Might
as
work.
well.
Looking good.
Nice first try from both of the runners. You love to see it.
Yeah, none of them having a complete meltdown on Lake Club, which is what you want to see. And DannyGeffen in there. Both of the runners are probably the more boring part of Lake. Not a lot happens here. Only the last moon can really actually cause some time loss, and even then it can only lose a couple seconds.
For sure. Lake Kingdom is it's a very, very short kingdom.
And once you get at the start, it's pretty simplistic. Buster showing off the down throws.
Very swaggy.
It's not really faster in that part. We used to think it was faster, but you can see it in Micro Sub Out, for example. He has Joy-Cons on his table, and he has to switch controllers, but we kind of found out it wasn't really faster. I'm pretty sure it's slower, but lots of people find it more consistent, so we don't really
Danny
blame
gonna be
you for it. If you're using Joy-Cons, it's worth going for it.
Danny gonna be globing here at 13:01, 13:02. BusterDoggy gonna be grabbing the last moon now. See what time he hits the globe.
Danny exiting at 13:21. Joy-Cons can save like 1 second. I think they save like 0.5 in Seaside and 0.5 in Lake.
All right, Buster
You can grab
globing
the
at
chest.
Buster globing in at a 13:35. Did manage to pull back a little bit of time, it looks like.
Yeah, obviously that earlier late clip and just the overall less shaky movement. Danny had some small mistakes at the start, which kind of cost him a little bit of time. Yeah, obviously Wooded is a massive kingdom where leads can shift. Obviously, we saw it last race with both runners dying. Lots of different things can happen, so Danny's lead might not stand, but we will see. We will see.
And both runners now into Wooded. Danny taking a small break to shop for a moon. Buster gonna be now heading in to grab the rabbit. Very clean rabbit from both runners.
Okay. I guess.
Darren,
Buster
go
gonna
eat
be
food.
buying the moon from the robot. Probably one of my favorite. Oh no, he doesn't have the coins.
Oh my gosh, BusterDoggy just 3 coins short.
He needs to go near the Odyssey. There's a rock near the Odyssey you can get.
Oh, you can also get coins from the bushes.
Uh,
But it looks like he's missing one of the
The rocks
bushes,
together.
so he's gonna go for the
That's
rock.
actually really smart, actually. I thought there's a bush near the Odyssey you usually have to go get.
Don't
So
buy
don't
that,
buy
please.
the run. The run would be over.
Buster, no! DannyGeffen with a clean...
The run is literally over. He doesn't have coins.
DannyGeffen with clean nut glitch movement. Sorry, we're very distracted by the insufficient coins there. Danny, having a really good Wooded Kingdom so far.
Yeah, Danny, sorry. Danny's playing pretty well so far. And Buster obviously not having the money. Showing that the rich are favoured in SMO, but yeah. That NPC is probably one of my favourites in the game because when you buy it something, it says thank you for your coins, and I think that's pretty cool.
It's very kind, yeah. Alright, let's hope Buster gets a good, successful nut clip here. The texture looks good.
Didn't get nut clip there.
Yeah.
Okay, looks perfectly fine. I doubt it's
Alright. See that out of bounds movement.
I don't see the point of because I don't even know what you're trying to run.
There's
Nice.
like a couple of indents when you're trying to
You
first
probably
play
line up
nut
with
clip.
one. I just don't know what.
That's fair.
One thing to note is DannyGeffen grabbed the checkpoint. So.
Buster getting the
Oh,
triple
no,
jump,
I
but falling back down, missing the railing. Saren, go have food.
This is making some very shaky mistakes so far.
There we go. Much cleaner from Buster there. Danny, but pulling ahead with more and more time.
One thing to note is I believe this match is going to decide who goes into the SMO. I don't know exactly what it's called, but the SMO League, I think that's what it's just called.
Yeah, I think the GSA's SMO League, winners from all of
massive
the
upset
round.
for Buster fans if Danny got through, because he's definitely the underdog in this race.
He's doing great.
Buster having some
Buster.
really shaky movement.
Man.
Really scary. Kind of needs to rely on DannyGeffen making mistakes, but I would know DannyGeffen is a very consistent player. He commonly gets like pretty similar times in each races from what I've seen, so... Oh my goodness. BusterDoggy is trying to give us all a heart attack, so he missed the race. Interesting strategy, we haven't seen it a lot before, but...
Having a good Flower Road skip here. A clean jump.
DannyGeffen has had a beautiful wooded so far. Really no major mistakes. He's played it quite safe, obviously grabbing the checkpoint with the spin throw is one example. But really, just nothing really going wrong, which is what BusterDoggy needs, and just not being able to.
Alright, DannyGeffen with very clean flooded pipes. Gonna be exiting wood here. Great movement overall.
That was lag on the screen, but that was a really good wall. Might have been lag on the stream though, because that just looked like TAS fast.
Oh, Buster.
Buster.
You're losing a couple more time. Buster, please.
We apologise for the bitrate on the stream. It's being a bit bad at the moment. And the internet hasn't had a great time today, fortunately.
Lots of good pixels. Very tasty.
Yeah. Probably count them.
DannyGeffen coming in with a 515 wooded. Very, very speedy.
You count the pixels on one finger. One finger? One hand.
That'd be really bad if you could count all the pixels on one hand or one
It's just
finger.
one pixel. Yep. It's just red.
All right, BusterDoggy with a good flooded pipes to end the wooded run. DannyGeffen already in the cloud, going to be in the Bowser fight.
BusterDoggy doing a lot better the way you just spin on the camera.
All right, that's a good first Bowser hit from Danny here.
DannyGeffen's BPT is 59.37 right now, exiting wooded. Best possible time, which means if he matched all of his best splits from now on in the run, that's the time he would get.
Be pretty cool to see a PB mid-race, or during a race.
Would be pretty difficult given I think his PB might have DSS, so he's obviously going to be behind because of that. But his run has been very clean, other than of course one of the bonks in sand, also slightly messing up reverse Jaxie, and obviously the left side. It's really been
DannyGeffen about to leave Cloud Kingdom as BusterDoggy enters it. That is a huge, huge lead.
Yeah, around a 1 minute lead right now. So, by the way, great cloud boost with BusterDoggy. If he got a little bit more distance, he actually would have been able to skip the cat bounce, which is really rare. A cloud boost is really rare to get. We don't really know a lot about how to get it consistent good boosts, but what we kind of know is if you hit the front of the platform, there's a chance that you'll just land at the right time for it to happen. You jump.
DannyGeffen,
the cloud's extending out, so.
Danny making the tree jump, but taking a slightly scary bonk. Luckily not falling down.
Danny's just playing very safe right now. I can tell he's kind of doing more basic strats just to kind of keep his lead. Do not blame him at all. Makes complete sense. It's the smart play. Well, bad cycle here. Is he going to go for this? No. Good. Oh, that's a great backup from him. Yeah, nice long jump over the gap. How much have you seen that backup? Cool. Danny's playing really well right now.
Absolutely. No major mistakes so far. BusterDoggy now making the way downtown.
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, that's a new strat that got implemented into BTT around a month ago. Where you do a roll cancel over the so you roll over the gap and roll cancel. That was really well executed. People could time that if they want, unless you did a bad start. I didn't see if he did die bottom up.
Let's see, going for a cage triple, very clean.
A cage triple is a strat where once you do it so many times, you find it very easy. People talk
Makes
about
sense.
how difficult it is, but as someone who's been doing it for it's a lot easier the more you do it.
And that's going to be a very clean loss from DannyGeffen, globing in at about 22:01.
Next one out, the Buster's also playing really well, unless I've missed something. Buster's playing really well. He's basically doing BTT strats at this point. Even going for this reverse trappy, which is really risky. He gets it as well.
Ooh, looking sharp.
If he hasn't made any mistakes so far, I wouldn't be surprised if he was on ComSob pace right now, because this looks really good.
Another clean gauge triple.
Unless I missed something big, so I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I've been keeping eyes on both. BusterDoggy's movement over
Any
here.
mistakes from him so far? Because this looks really good.
This is incredible. Honestly, great Lost Kingdom from BusterDoggy here.
Let's see what that is. That could be ComSob. At least close to it. Probably a goal for him, I'd assume.
Danny? Ooh. No, with the bonk! That's gonna lose some time.
Zoom's look away to check the sheet. Okay, no, he got a 206, which means he made a mistake somewhere that I just didn't see.
Someone in chat saying he messed up somewhere with Klepto. Okay. Oh yeah, I did see with the butterfly that he had grabbed the ledge.
Okay. Like the two parts I didn't look at his screen. Okay, that's
a yeah, that sounds about right.
Like a fool. Okay.
Yo, Dance to 2106, welcome on in. Thank you so much for the raid. We're currently in one of the worst kingdoms in the game, Night Metro, with BusterDoggy and DannyGeffen racing away.
I believe Dancer has finished an all moons run, if I'm not mistaken, so congrats. Unless it was a different stream.
Yo, and it's one of our restreamers. Cool.
Unfortunately, Dancer's too late, as this is the last match of the day, I believe. So Seren's computer, unfortunately, will never be able to catch break.
Buster going for the Goomba Heck. Making it. DannyGeffen, so far, relatively clean tower movement as well. But missing the cap throw.
Oh my!
Woo! Commentators curse there.
Oh
no!
Buster takes the lead. What looked like an awful situation for Buster has turned into an absolutely great position for him. Out exiting the tower at 24:42. Danny falling all the way down, doing it all over again.
You got this, Danny? There we go. Playing with the much safer strats this time. BusterDoggy going to be getting through the first cycle of the Mecha Wiggler. Danny, before having that huge lead, now actually trailing behind.
Channel points over sideways. Runners entering the Mecha Club, the only RNG part of the run. A couple of seconds due to a bad pattern. You want to see a pattern where the Wiggler doesn't overlap itself, you want to see one of those just a big circle.
Overlapping
This
is
is
very
not
annoying.
being very kind. Making the most of it though. And unfortunately not doing too great, given the pattern blocked a lot of the shots. But
Buster going to be...
to get up to the cycle, which is really what matters most.
Absolutely. Having to sit through
Danny's
a third
looking
cycle.
fine, yep, pretty good.
Very
Well,
nice.
well,
Much
well,
faster
well,
second
well.
cycle for Danny.
Just getting better RNG, to be honest. Saving some
Are you
time.
asking... PFP, are you asking for the profile picture of DannyGeffen? It's
Apparently
Toad
it's a
from
Toad
Super Mario
paddle,
3.
But I don't know if I want to believe that, because the Toad's blue.
Yeah, it's Super Mario Bros. 3. There's one episode Toad just takes his hat off for I honestly don't know what reason.
And he has red overalls. That's not my Toad. That's not my Toad.
It's certainly a very different Toad.
Yeah.
Both runners now going to be in Day Metro, the better half of this kingdom.
SMB1 Toad look better. Anyways,
BusterDoggy.
going into Day Metro. Thank you. Transition for me.
Oh, good. BusterDoggy with a very clean drive-by and dram. See if DannyGeffen can do the same. Gonna be going for the setup.
Not going
Getting
to
it.
drive by, but obviously still getting it and taking that time that he wants to. Day Metro's pretty clean so far. You can see Buster's a little better, given his no setup.
Ooh, slight mistake with the roll cancel there, but not to worry. Still with a pretty decent lead.
DannyGeffen grabbing the lovely hint up that lots of people watching didn't even know existed, but I know that existed, so. It's just one in
Get your
the driveway. I don't know why he grabbed that. Maybe that's faster than grabbing the pool one. I've never considered that.
Very possible.
Is that fast? Did DannyGeffen just develop a new strat? Wait a second. Wait, I'm actually gonna start doing that now. Let's see. Thank you, Danny.
Oh, y'all get your votes in the chat for who you think has a better PFP. Someone put that on. Do you like the Toad without
my channel points on BusterDoggy? Because that's not my Toad. At least that's the one on the left is a dog. That's not a Toad.
Very much so.
It's not Toad. That is a. I don't even know what that. It's...
All right, BusterDoggy with a relatively clean bullet bill room there. Looks
Just
like
a very
Danny's gonna be
sick
following in
Toad.
behind
There
with
you go.
that. Yeah.
Cutting off the commentary just to talk about Toad. It's fine. Part of the script. The idea is that we're going to be talking about Toad and not paying attention to BusterDoggy when he dives through the moon.
Probably.
Come on. Actually, we weren't talking about Toad, so it didn't work. Come on.
Yeah, Day Metro.
Get him laughing at BusterDoggy after he grabs the hint out in the pool.
Ooh. Both
Doing
runners.
a really cool setup.
Both runners still having a relatively clean Day Metro. Much more forgiving for Danny over the Night Metro for sure. Very true, Saren. I would agree with that statement. Ooh. All right, BusterDoggy with the clean people's room here.
Closing out that day metro.
Oh, Danny having a little bit of trouble with the lever there.
The front is playing pretty far off their PVs right now because just so much has happened, so many mistakes. Suddenly the nerves are kicking in. With them are kind of on. Well, DannyGeffen's on like a 102 pace and Buster's on like a mid 101 pace. Assuming that like the same thing happens, but you can hope that the run starts to get a little bit better. You know, I think they're just off the loop. Them kind of choked it at the beginning.
Buster going to be coming out of Day Metro with the 30-28. Now with the lead over DannyGeffen.
57.
Yeah, sorry about that. Comfy 187. We must have missed that bonk.
That's the person who came up with the copy pasta. Spam this granny to help out Danny.
Do it. It will help. Copy pastas always help the runners, right? I think that's how it works.
Guys, if you use your Twitch Prime, do you know it will help the process? That is true. Like not rigged. Anyway, Buster going towards Captain Toad. This Toad is not blue. Keep referencing that. Getting boring. I should stop.
That makes it interesting. Ooh, that's an interesting bounce there.
Spam this granny to help out BusterDoggy. Yep.
They have spam a froggy to help BusterDoggy. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Clever, clever, clever. You love seeing all the support for both runners in the chat. You love to see it. Danny being a lot nicer with this Toad, leaving a little more snow than BusterDoggy did.
I am saying this hiding spot. He's trying to practice for the SMO hide and seek mod full release.
Probably.
Alright, lovely dive vault.
Ooh, small bonk there from Danny. A little unfortunate though. Buster hoping for the clip here.
I don't think that's gonna work. Oh, it did. Okay.
Very nice.
Clearly did not have eyes.
That's
I didn't see the shadow against the walls. I don't think so.
Yeah, that clip is honestly very sketch to see whether or not it works.
Position looked good. I just didn't see a shadow there. I was like, oh, my eyes are deceiving me. But no, my eyes deceive me in the wrong way. It's all fine.
Seeing some great support in the chat. You love to see it, guys. Thank you for the bits as well. Oh. Doggy getting good spiny manip there.
You're off money.
Ooh, Danny also getting the snow clip. Very nice.
Runners really bringing their A game.
Ooh, very nice triple jump there from Danny. Love to see it. Danny, BusterDoggy with a pretty clean Goomba Moon here. Let's hope he can get the jump over to the next one. We have seen a couple people fall here. But it looks good.
Front is nearing the end game of snow. I'm going to be doing slow jam near the end before, after buying the shot moon. The lovely Shibarian.
Yeah, hopefully this time BusterDoggy has enough coins for this shot moon, and it looks like he will. Oh dang, I don't know you could talk to him from that far away. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's weird. It's the only NPC where you can talk to it from that far away. I'm using it just a bug. Both of them you can just talk from far away. Pretty sure to say, I think you can talk from all of them from far away, but I might be wrong. I really tried talking to them all, for being honest. Anyway, Buster doing Snowdram.
Going for setupless. Oh, nope, just kidding. He changed his mind.
Setupless, but volleyball.
Oh. One moment. Pause, champ. Oh, it looks like Doggy got. It looks like Doggy got the Snowdram.
Thinking you'll miss it.
Woo!
I said.
Looks like in the chat, the snow shop is the only one that can do it from that far away.
Yeah, it is.
All right, Doggy, gonna be leaving snow here. May or may not have gained a couple more seconds over Danny. Danny with the setup list. Very clean.
Whoa.
There you go. We got to see one snow dram at least.
That's the chat who are rhyming doggy with doggy. They're doing a great job.
I mean,
do
hey,
not
I love
simple comprehension, but
I'll let it slide. I do like seeing dogs.
yeah.
Sarah, I don't know about
myself,
that. All right, Doggy gonna be in the seaside here. Danny leaving snow.
In fact, BusterDoggy used to. Oh, never mind.
Taking a small bonk there, unfortunately.
BusterDoggy used to hold the world record when fish and dips was discovered.
Oh, that's crazy.
I meant Will quick.
Small bonk the size of a large bonk? Yeah.
Match joke that no one understands coming in from the commentators. Love to see it.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe they will. BusterDoggy with a clean moon movement. Gonna be making their way downtown. All right, and we shall now see whether or not BusterDoggy will go for Wilco clip.
We get told.
It looks like he won't be.
You didn't go for
Fair
it?
enough. Playing it safe.
Last name I've heard it called is Palace Club.
Oh, that's right. That's the other one.
Some people genuinely call it that, and I'm just like.
Yeah, there's that clip currently has like 3 or 4 names. No one's officially named it yet, but I think Wilco clip is the funniest name for it by far. Looks like Danny gonna be going for it.
I'm getting it.
But can he stay out?
That looks fine. Yeah, again, I don't know anything about this clip because I've never got it.
Oh, clipping back in bounds.
Oh,
it's unfortunate.
Really bad. Yeah.
All right, BusterDoggy gonna be going now for the fish clip here. Definitely much easier than the other clip. Nice and clean there.
Seaside clip. Yeah. That name of people called fish clip. All wrong.
All right, Buster already out of his seaside. Gonna be moving on here. Another nice and short kingdom for speedrunners at least. Danny also with the clean fish clip. You love to see it.
The ending off the seaside. The thing I'm curious to see is if BusterDoggy will go for Spiritless Luncheon.
Yeah, it's always a very interesting and fun strat to look at. I didn't realize how much more was at stake for one player Spiritless having to get that invisible block jump. It's a little more forgiving in a 2-player, that's for sure.
Yeah, you can obviously recover it by doing the 2-player bounce in the air, but play does not have that because you're not able to move until you hit solid ground when you burn.
Yeah.
You burn your boudoir, they would say.
Buster so far.
I'm expecting it, but it's not 100%. Yeah, he's going for it. No camera.
Right. Looking good so far, and he gets it. Looks like we're going to see a nice Spiritless from BusterDoggy here.
It's a perfectly, he'll save 11 seconds, but if he fails, it could cost him big time. So this could be Danny's chance to either save a lot of time or lose a lot of time, and we don't really know
Absolutely.
yet.
We saw that happen in the race against Shemcat. They went for Spiritless, but ended up missing the Inviscoin block jump twice.
Oh, yeah. Is that why he lost, I'm assuming?
That was one of that was one of the reasons why Shemcat was able to pull ahead.
Yeah, very underdog story. So Shemcat's actually going to be making it into the main league because of that unfortunate error from Light Run. Light Run unfortunately will not qualify. I think he's one of the runners that people expect him to do well, but just missing out, obviously.
All right, DannyGeffen with a very clean spirit fight. BusterDoggy now going to be making his way over the lava.
Luckily not having to rely on cycles, given he's not going to be using them. He's going to be doing a lava bounce over here. There are kind of 3 main areas of Spiritless where you can lose a lot of time. Each of them just get harder as you go. There's the Spirit Jump, then there's Turnips, and then there's obviously the dreaded Invisible Block Jump.
BusterDoggy going to be going through Forks Run.
Spiritless don't really realise how difficult Turnips is, but Turnips is one of the probably the second most difficult part of Spiritless.
Turnips is kind of fascinating. Yeah, if you
roll
missed that,
you have to do really slow. So you have to do roll cancels where you hit Y and B at the same time into them, and you're able to grab them and not lose any speed. It's very difficult. They're really precise. Also, you just have to get the proper movement, which is also very difficult. Lovely upper bounce for Buster. See it.
Ooh, that was kind of sketchy, but he's going to be making it over there. DannyGeffen,
you usually do one normal bounce to be able to make it up. And been pretty picture perfect so far. I haven't really been noticed any mistakes from him, but obviously we're entering 2 of the hardest parts, so don't talk too early.
All right, looking good from Doggy there. Danny going to be planting some turnips as well.
They're completely synced right now? Yep.
Yep.
Second in it? Yep. Grab the shot moon before he grabs the crate and does the invisible jump. A camera minute from Danny, I'd love to see it. Line that he's going to go very fast.
Buster trying to buy a heart again.
Second time in this race, Buster's going to be trying to buy the heart, but luckily his muscle memory does not allow him.
Yeah, honestly, the shop menu, like, it looks easy to move it over there, but it's like you have to anticipate when the menu allows you to move. And sometimes it can be a little frustrating.
With the menus in this run.
Yeah. Oh. All right, Danny with an okay forks room.
So here we go. Let's see.
And
looking fine.
Clean.
Good.
Only hitting one invis block.
He only broke one of the blocks. Oh, beautiful.
Great movement from BusterDoggy here. DannyGeffen.
Really difficult dive fault. That's really difficult. Most people have to resort to the roll cancel back up. That was really good from Buster. So only mistake this entire luncheon has been missing the moon in the shot.
Yeah,
Danny
absolutely.
also unfortunately missing the jutting crag moon, just bonking on the top.
That jump from up there with the lava bubble is so sketchy. Oh, Danny grabbing the ledge. I think I mentioned it the other day. Mario's hands. I feel like sometimes Mario's hands are just too magnetic in this game.
Yeah, definitely got some blue tack on him.
A little bit of tiny bonk there from Buster. That's not going to lose him too much time. His lead has just been growing throughout Luncheon Kingdom thanks to the Spiritless and some minor mistakes from Danny.
Most of the mistakes he's made so far have been parts that are only in the Spiritless route, so... You can obviously say he didn't save the full time, but obviously it's difficult to save the full time with the other route anyway. You know, Luncheon Kingdom's always been known as a very difficult kingdom. It was just made harder with Spiritless. Oh, Danny having a Mario meltdown, getting hit by the Spiny. Unfortunate, and Buster entering into the ruined kingdom.
This has definitely turned to a much larger lead for BusterDoggy here. Originally trailing for a little bit, but pulling ahead halfway through the game here.
100%, 100%.
Right, and BusterDoggy now heading into the UAP Kingdom, as Saren said in the last race.
Indeed. Close throat. Propose ad.
All right, while BusterDoggy here sits through the cycles with the kingdom, I believe it is our job to remind you all about our partner for the competition, the Urban Arts Partnership, the wonderful, wonderful program who is sponsoring this tournament as well as the upcoming 16-Star Open. The UAP is a partnership program for teaching underage privileged youth game design as well as a bunch of other necessary skills. One of the great things about this program is they have so far a 100% success rate of helping these students transfer to college. And, you know, something like that is like practically unheard of. So they do a great job. And, you know, we really appreciate you guys coming out and sponsoring the GSA in these tournaments. So y'all check them out. Great organization. Audio now switched to BusterDoggy here with as he's got that sizable lead. Hello. English. Gonna be waiting for the third phase here. Should be relatively decent.
The Roman Dragon point if Danny just started on his cycle. Pretty sizable lead from Buster at the moment. We've kind of seen that ever since Metro.
Yeah, ever since that fall from DannyGeffen in the tower, Doggy has just put pedal to the metal and has not stopped.
DannyGeffen is a minute and 17 behind, so obviously not great for him. But a couple deaths from Buster, he can definitely win. You know, a death in 2D section, and a death in falling off the mech would be massive for Danny.
There is still
he has to rely on that
chance.
happening, and obviously Buster's going to want to play safe to secure this, but DannyGeffen definitely still has a chance. It's definitely not over.
Saren. All right, Buster gonna be running out, leaving the Ruined Kingdom here and on his way into Bowser. Danny still having one more phase left. Hope y'all out there are staying hydrated, drinking some water.
I'm not drinking hours for good now. Anyways.
Ooh, minor mistake there. Otherwise, looking good so far.
I thought BusterDoggy was going to go for the rock cancel triple jump, but ended up backing out because his angle was pretty bad for the triple. Ooh. Doggy walking into the wall. Optimal. Feeling that. Feeling the yoga. As Danny leaves Ruined, so them will be in the Cascade Kingdom in just a moment.
All right, Buster going to be coming up on the shards. See if we can get some clean shards movement here. Very clean, looking nice and sick. Going for Birdless, looking great.
Absolutely
great
beautiful.
shards.
Buster really bringing some top tier play into the Bowser's Kingdom.
Oh, Danny missing a jive. And a bonk.
And the
Unfortunate.
damage. Really struggling here. He's gonna have to get the checkpoint. To not get the animation, which is even longer when you get story moons. Oh, he missed it. Oh, he didn't remember.
Woo. Not taking a death, luckily.
The down throw from BusterDoggy seemed to land on the ledge and down throw. Like,
Nice dram.
Yeah, lovely dram. This is
Definitely
really playing well
sketchy.
with Bowser's. He's definitely, you know, he's definitely showed up for the party. Way of putting it.
Ooh, I feel that. I feel that pause. I feel that.
Pause feels 10 times longer when you do it.
Buster getting La Bamba, it looks like.
La Bomba.
I don't remember what it's called.
La Bomba.
Sorry,
End up with
Bamba.
some,
Thank you.
Like some bomb. I don't know.
Something like that.
I think it's like the. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything because I'm gonna be wrong. It's the
Fair
biggest
enough.
something in the world.
Yeah,
Know
it'll work.
that.
Danny having
I
a
know
little
it
bit of
can
troubles.
cause damage.
Danny having a little
about
bit of
it.
trouble with the shards, unfortunately. Buster done with the Harriet fight. Gonna be heading on into the Topper fight. Just cruising through Bowser's Kingdom here. A very clean Topper fight from BusterDoggy.
And the X-Sync Barney's around 51-50. Or 48, it would seem. Yeah, definitely a large lead, but obviously the major things I've kind of mentioned haven't appeared yet, which is kind of mech and like the escape sequence. You can obviously lose a lot of time. You can also just die on the surface of the moon. You can mess up moon skip. It can drop your input.
Yeah.
That cost a ton of time. I mean, that was really close to the gap actually. That may not seem like it. That loses more than you might think. DannyGeffen might need a little bit more than that though to win the race. He definitely needs some more mistakes from Buster, which we'll see if Buster lets happen or not. Really,
Yeah, we'll
what's going to come
see.
down to at this point.
Buster's movement through Bowser's Kingdom has been really clean so far.
Oh.
Like a couple minor mistakes.
Missing the first person strat.
That's
I'm missing
important.
the bomb. Oh,
Oh no, Danny, no.
capture mode and rage, which is actually losing in time. So, you know. I'm assuming you're just assuming it's not going to make a lot of difference.
All right, here we go. We're
What
seeing
will
Duster.
happen? This race is not over yet. It's still obviously Buster's definitely has the advantage, 100%. But Danny is not completely out of it. I wouldn't say it's currently. I would not bet my soul that this is gonna go to Buster. It's
Well, I mean, betting your soul in general is not necessarily the best idea.
yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's true. Now, unless I'm getting something in return, like channel points. The Twitch Prime start. Always, EA from Buster.
And unfortunately from Danny, that's just going to be a very clean mecha fight for BusterDoggy. We're going to have to hope for a major Mario meltdown for Danny to come back.
Going backwards, getting the heart, not worth it at all, but it's fine. Yeah, DannyGeffen's just testing out the waters, seeing how fast the slow things are, and that definitely lost him time.
Yep, and
I know I
speed
said
run.
it's slow, but it's not that slow.
Right.
It's also where you want to roll. It's a heart. Great. That's no.
Organization coming in the chat saying they do not accept souls as valid Gamba collateral. You heard it here, folks, guys.
Stumped me there. They've stumped me there. What happened to my soul now?
It probably gets refunded.
Okay. Yeah. Some yeps in the chat.
Okay, Danny with the clean blind jump there looked a little sketchy with the frame drop, but seemed to be
Yeah, we
good.
can see the stream quality being as good as Mitch's, so not great, but it's fine. That's not gonna be interesting.
BusterDoggy now out of Bowser's Kingdom at a 5th of 11. Danny
Depending on
gonna be
mid,
hopping into the mech fight.
1-0 pace. If he can get a solid mood, he can definitely get a 1x, but I would assume a 2x is most likely here. Obviously, he could die in pillars, and DannyGeffen would probably like that.
Yeah, I feel that. I've had that happen to me. Very unfortunate.
I've given myself heart attacks by almost dying in pillars, but I don't usually die in pillars, so... I think I've ever died in pillars on a PV pace, so... The time will come for another day when I'm on sub-hour pace, which will be in, like, a year.
You know, just a future sight cursing yourself, I suppose.
Let's
hope not.
I go for the last pillar, then I fall into the void, and that's going to be not a great day for me.
Yeah, let's see. I knocked down the last pillar, started jumping towards the moon block, and the whole camera turned, and I lost all of my forward momentum and just fell. So that was fun.
Speaking of falling, DannyGeffen falling off the mech.
Oh no, Danny!
They're not optimal.
Plus, you're going for the one wall jump and getting it.
Kind of has the space to kind of go for stuff like that. And I think this race might have concluded itself.
Danny now cleaning up the mech fight, but yeah, we're gonna have to see a major Mario meltdown from Doggy if Danny's gonna have a chance to catch up.
He's gonna have to go searching for a rolling walk if he wants to take this one. Rather, I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Pretty decent Bowser fight from BusterDoggy so far. DannyGeffen now about to leave Bowser's Kingdom for the Moon Kingdom. You know it, Saren. Alright. BusterDoggy here with a great Bowser's fight. Gonna be heading into the chase sequence. Or escape sequence, sorry. Very similar words, but two different things entirely.
Well, the context is... Well, actually, chase and escape are like the opposites, aren't they? Chase would be you're trying to get something. Escape's you're trying to get away from something.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. They sound similar on paper. The 500 IQ confidence straps can be discarded as Buster is about to enter the 2D section. Probably the last part where he could die, but sadly enough, I don't know if it's gonna matter.
BusterDoggy not going for a 2DSS attempt, or 2D skip. Yeah, 2DS. Wow.
DS,
Bad commentator not remembering what things stand for,
just
apparently.
call it bouncy Bowser skip, it's fine, it's easy to say.
Fair enough, fair enough.
And unfortunately, the people who find the skips don't really get to name the skips.
That is true.
Yeah.
It's kind of silly, though.
Yeah. And most things that we call skips aren't actually what the runners want us to name it.
Yeah, I've heard most things...
It's that lots of things are called in this game are called Dram, even though Dram, who's the runner who discovered it, was specifically named, like, asked to not have things named after him. So, anyways,
I heard that.
Jams rolling in.
Cat jam in the pillars sequence.
Decent first pillar, not great, not ideal though, but probably in terms of the race, it's not going to really affect the result. And Buster will be advancing through to the SMO instantly.
Very good pillars from BusterDoggy.
DannyGeffen taking a death in the
Danny,
back.
no!
I don't know if that was intentional death or just a mess up, I don't know. Anyways, Buster's ending off with a 100-20. GG's.
Congratulations to Doggy.
See if we can switch audio.
Oh no! Bowser just taking his hat back, having none of this from Danny.
A Mario meltdown. Oh no! Bowser just becoming the high school bully of this run. Not letting him through. From what started off with such a good start from DannyGeffen, just completely flipped itself around in my bedroom. And DannyGeffen just really not having a great time in this run.
All gas, no brakes from BusterDoggy.
Yeah.
Woo! Luckily, DannyGeffen getting the hat in time for the hits. Hitboxes may be smaller than they appear. Gosh, you gotta love hitboxes in this game. I feel like
you can actually roll over.
Don't exist.
You can actually roll over that fire, even though there's so many things. You can literally hit. You can literally just roll over.
That is hilarious.
So that's one of my favorite things about this fight. You can also bonk into the side walls and go over it. That's another thing.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
It's literally just a ground scanner. I'm pretty sure if you're like a millimeter off the ground, you avoid it.
That's hilarious. All right, DannyGeffen gonna be getting into the escape sequence now.
And Naruto running into the pipe was so missing an escape sequence. Danny most likely going to be ending up with a mid-1-4 maximum. Correct. I want to maybe as well. Odyssey made 420 something.
All right, once again, everybody, get out your cat jams for the pillar sequence.
Kills parents. PC. That's 2 pillars down. Off we go.
There, and it's beautiful. Alright, and that's going to be a nice, good, clean pillars from DannyGeffen as well. You love to see it. Runner finishing off the race. GG's to both racers.
DannyGeffen ending off with CMFP, missing the pylon, ending off with a 104.25. GG's. Anyone's game for a lot of it. It just really came down to Buster making mistakes near the end, and obviously that didn't occur, and unfortunately it's curtains from then.
Yeah, it was a nice and tight race throughout the game, but we hit Night Metro, minor tower mess up from DannyGeffen. Just happened to change the whole game right on its head. Saren cheering in the chat. Internet did not crash fully. Make sure
Go.
we're able to watch the whole race. You love to see it.
Might be getting the races for interview, I'm not sure. I'll see if they respond to the
All right, it looks like we'll be getting interviews from both players.
The waiting room.
Just gotta wait for them to get pulled into the booth. All right, and hello, we have DannyGeffen in the booth. BusterDoggy probably to follow shortly. GG Racers on the run. Danny, how did you feel about the run today?
The early game was good, and then I mentally gave up after my metro, and it went downhill from there, and that's it. That's like the entire run. It was like I just got tired of the run after the 9 metro mistakes, because obviously Buster is a little bit better at the game than me. So I knew that even after the first mistake, he could probably catch up and win. So like, it was just kind of sad and annoying.
Yeah, your early game was honestly really good and was nice and great, and it was just really well up until, yeah, like you said, the minor mistake in Night Metro.
Yeah, it's what you call minor. It was 2 mistakes that lost me 30 seconds. It was something. Yeah, it was like, this is just the one thing that just demotivates me a lot from running this game. Like, this is just how my second half goes, and it's just like, I don't know, just annoying. And it's just demotivating a lot.
I can understand that, being feeling like you're on a nice and good pace and riding high, and then just all the mistakes happening can definitely hurt a little bit. But, you know, you finished out the run, and you love to see that. You know, we appreciate you being here and making it this far. You know, getting into the top 16. You did great.
Yeah, thanks. I'm glad I finished the run at least. Like, that's one thing I'm happy about. And thanks for the commentary. It was good. I enjoyed watching it, and I enjoyed being in FEC with Buster during the race. That's good. I think that's the most important part for me. I enjoyed the race, and I enjoyed watching it and look at the commentary.
Absolutely. You know, having fun is definitely important.
Yeah.
All right. And with that being said, BusterDoggy, congratulations on the win. You're going to be moving forward. Tell us about the run. How are you feeling?
So, for me, the early game was definitely not ideal, but I definitely brought it back in late game.
Yeah, it was crazy. Not only did you have the death in Sand Kingdom, but also being like 3 coins short in Wooded to get the moon.
Yeah. I totally forgot I died, so I just assumed I had enough coins.
I didn't even consider that you died. Obviously, I'm assuming you thought it was okay after you got the brutal fight.
I never pay attention to my coin count usually.
Yeah, you just kind of it just falls in with the muscle memory. You're just like, all right, I'm gonna go to the shop. I'm gonna buy the moon. You know, you just don't think about it. I totally feel that. Yeah, GG's again on the race, both runners. Buster, how are you feeling moving on here? Looks like you're going to be going up against Shemcat. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm excited to be moving forward. I think I have a pretty good chance of moving on after that as well, because I've been pretty consistent in races recently. But yeah, GG's again to Danny on this one.
Yeah, GG's, man. It was fun. Although it didn't really like sound like I had fun during it, I did. It was laughing at my own mistakes mainly.
All right. As we get here in the chat, there's going to be more races tomorrow, starting at 1 p.m. EST. Gentlemen, thanks again for being a part of this tournament. And Saren and everyone else of the GSA crew, thank you so much for putting on this tournament for everybody to watch and enjoy. You know, you love to see it. You love to see communities come together, supporting each other. and it's a lot of fun, providing quality entertainment.